Hello, 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 hello. Hi all and welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, let me just readjust my camera for a second. There we go. I think that's better. Hey, good to see you all. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me at another edition of Key Trading Levels and Trading Setups by TraderCast. This is TraderCast YouTube live version, very much consolidated and kind of reduced in time length version of the daily broadcast that we would do. My name is Phil and I'll be your presenter today. For those of you who are watching us for the first time or who are watching the recording of this, nice to meet you. If you are looking for a community of like-minded traders where we would explain in detail the market analysis, daily setups, we'll talk about anything in relation to market. Check us out on TraderCast.com. If you are brand new and you might be a little bit confused with things that I'm saying, you're just looking for some information on how to learn how to trade the markets, check out mytradingskills.com. That's where my courses are. I'm a head tutor there and I'm also a market analyst. Over the past 10 years I had the privilege of talking in front of thousands of people across various different industry events, and I taught many of them. Some were brand new. They were just looking for beginners guidance to how start trading, and some were experienced or intermediate traders who needed help with specific area of their trading activity, maybe risk management, maybe trading psychology, and so on. So big disclaimer, if I do say anything here, and I will show you some live trades, these are my own personal opinions and experiences. This is not advice. I do not have the indication of your personal investment and trading objective. Therefore, anything I say here is for the proof of concept of what I think as a good trader you should be able to do. And if you go to the courses, what I feel you should be able to do on a daily basis. So that's, I'm just basically showing you what I think trading is, and this is my activity. So basically just experiences and opinions, not advice. Now let's start with a few kind of trades and explanations of where I am at the moment. Okay, so yesterday, for those of you who watched yesterday's session, I was long Nasdaq at 15,798. I took partial close at 15,915 during the event, and then I moved the stop loss higher, and I was saying if the price goes through 15,900, 15,850, I'll be likely looking to get out of this position again, and that's what I did. So basically I got out on that level as well. I didn't wait for the price to come back and pick me up, but I decided to go long again after Fed announcement, FOMC, when Jay Powell was speaking and the markets kind of reacted higher. I decided to jump in again, so I have another long here in Nasdaq. I'm also long crude at 64.42. Yet again, this is only a small position. This is 1/10 of the original position. I don't want to bore you with that, but I've closed on a number of opportunities, and there's only one small position left running there. Yesterday, I was talking about the trading setup that I was actively looking for, and that was FTSE at 71.60. If you remember, 71.60. I actually got in at 71.71. The price came to 71.63 or 62, depending who your broker is and who gives you the price. But and then it started kind of bouncing off there. I'll show you that on the chart. But I got long FTSE last night at 71.71. Really happy with that trade and so on. I was also able to jump on long gold at 17.58 last night. This was all triggered by Fed and FOMC basically reaction to what they were saying. So decided to go for it, and I'm in this trade again. I've initiated a long sterling dollar, and this was the order. This wasn't trade at market. I had two orders, one cancels the other, just ahead of Bank of England's. Today, for those of you who don't know, today we had the Bank of England interest rate decision, and because they decided to hike interest rates by 15 basis points, that triggered a volatility in sterling currency crosses. So sterling went higher against the US dollar. And I got filled at 133.10. I'll show you all of that in a minute. I was long yesterday, S&P at 64.20. I took partial close at 64.38, yet again during the same event that we did yesterday, and then I moved the stop loss higher, and I eventually got stopped out with 46.25. So it wasn't a stop as a loss, it was a stop as a profit, but my limit order wasn't hit. So my ultimate take profit price wasn't hit, but I got stopped out with because the stop was above the entry. I was long Aussie dollar at 112.82, and yesterday I got whipsawed and I got stopped out at 71.16, 0 spot 7116. And I'm looking at Aussie dollar now and I'm saying, you muppet, why did you put your stop loss too tight? Why did you have to move it? If you didn't, you would have been in the money now, because Aussie dollar actually did what I was hoping it would do. So when you're trading, you shouldn't hope, but what I was planning it might do. But anyway, so that's where we are. So Aussie dollar rallied from those lows and went up higher. I'll show you all of that a little bit later. I was also short euro dollar at 112.80. And the euro dollar started selling off after the FOMC, and my ultimate take profit was at 112. And if you remember, last week and earlier this week, I got stopped out on euro dollar because I was moving the stop lower, and I said, oh, I'll take this 1240 level, 1220, and then 112 might be the ultimate level. And when I saw the big reversal, I said, okay, I don't want to get stopped out again. So I closed my position at 112.34. Happy I did, because euro is now rallying. And I was also short euro Aussie at 58.50 spot 5850, and I got stopped out at 58.28 because my stop was initially below that, sorry, above that short entry, and then at price at break even, and then I moved it below. So I got stopped out with some money, so small amount of profit there as well. So what I'll do is I will show you these trades a little bit later again. Now, what I really wanted to show you was, I'm showing you actually a different profile. So this is the one for you, the other one is for me and for the guys in TraderCast. This is the one that I was trying to show you. So the first thing that we talked about was long FTSE, and here is the setup for FTSE. I'm actually looking at a couple of things at the moment. I'm looking at the dollar CAD. I'll tell you about it in a second, but it might not get there. So the FTSE setup was down here at spot 7160, thereabout. Okay, the price came close to it and started bouncing. So what I decided to do, I'm seeing this as a breakout and a retest now, so this could possibly be another opportunity to add. The initial stop was below 70, possibly even lower, so about 60-70 points of risk for a potential push higher as well. This is the hourly time frame, so there is a push lower, spinning bottom, and then a hammer, almost a hammer. There's a little bit of a wick here. And then if you go to the 15-minute time frame, you're seeing morning star reversal. I'll show you all of that if you can see it. There's a morning star reversal there, and the price went up higher. So if you don't know what I mean, don't worry. It's not a difficult thing to kind of figure out, you're more than welcome to come. Some of our courses are completely free. You can check it out, and there is one which is talking about candlesticks. So if this is of interest to you, check it out on My Trading Skills. But anyway, I am long FTSE from down here, and I'm looking for more upside to come. So really happy with this trade. I'm leaving it open, and I'll show you what I did in respect of the management of this position. So where is my FTSE? So here is my FTSE. For those of you who are not familiar with FTSE, it stands for Financial Times Stock Exchange Index, which has 100 companies in it. It's an equity index. You might know it as UK 100 as well if you're spread trading. If you're trading CFDs or spreads, it might be called slightly different, but it's basically a main UK equity index, which tracks the movement of 100 companies. So I got in here 71.71. My stop loss was below initially, and then I moved it higher when I got this, and I moved it higher at break even, and now my stop loss is up here. My limit order is at 73.50, I believe, the ultimate one. So let me just show you what I mean by that. Okay, so there are a number of areas where I would be likely taking partial profits. Okay, so this one here, 72.86, and then 73.20, 73.15, 73.20, and then ultimately up here to 73.50. So it's really 73.60, 73.70, but I don't want to be greedy. I'm going to take my money if I can ahead of everybody else. So from this perspective now, this gives me a very good risk to reward ratio, because the stop is above entry, and if this gets hit, then I would be very, very happy. But what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to move this resistance up here, purely as a visual sign that if the price does get there, I might take some of the money off the table, move the stop loss higher, and at least feel that I paid myself. So even if the price goes against me, I feel that I took some money off the table. So that's my FTSE, and that's been set up at the moment. I told you I was looking at something else today, and I'm looking at yesterday, if you remember. This didn't trigger just yet, but it's coming close to it. I was looking at dollar CAD yesterday at 128, and luckily I decided not to go for it when I saw this big move lower. So another level where I'm actually looking to potentially go long dollar CAD is at 27.50, which is down here. Okay, yet again, a few reasons why this level could be of interest. The stop would be 30-40 points below, and the take profit would, so basically I'm looking for a pullback and then a rally from there, and then my take profit on dollar CAD is 128 80 up, 28.80 up here, and this becomes a little bit more obvious when you see the daily time frame. Okay, for those of you who can read the price action, you know why I am looking at this zone here as a zone of interest. I don't want to elaborate too much, because I know some people are just interested in seeing the setups, and you don't necessarily want to know why certain things happen. If you are a little bit more analytical, like myself, you really want to understand why, and there are different people who need the detailed explanation before they decide to do something. So if you are one of those, you can check us out either at TraderCast.com, or you can check us out at mytradingskills.com for the courses or TraderCast for the community. So that's where I am. I'm looking at this 127.50 with an area of interest for dollar CAD. It didn't trigger just yet, but that's where I am with dollar CAD. Another thing that I would like to show you, yet again, if you're asking any questions, I'm not checking out the chat. Might choose to do that at some point in future. But the other thing that I wanted to show you was that a crude oil setup that's been open for a while. Yet again, just purely as a point of reference, because for those of you who watched the broadcasts over the past 10 days or so, you know the reasons why I got in, where I got in, and what I did with this trade. I don't want to repeat it again, but my stop is currently at 69. I was looking for a breakout above 73. I would like to see a breakout above 73 for a push higher. This appears to be bullish to me. This appears to be bullish. I've seen these patterns in the past. They have the tendency to break on the third touch. If the third touch, first, second, this is the third touch. If the third touch doesn't happen and we see a complete sell-off, loss of 70, loss of 69, and end of day close below 69, I would definitely want to be out of this trade, because then the price will just go back down, possibly test these lows again. So that's where my stop is. I'm locking in 450 points in this trade, and I took 3 positions out of this trade already. My position was much bigger. I had 10 contracts, now I only have 1. So this is 1/10 of the original size that I had when I opened the trade. I don't want to bore you with that. I'm looking for spike higher towards 73, 74, 75, 76, possibly even higher. The other thing that I was telling you about is gold. I know loads of people were looking at the gold, and yet again, the magical level for me was at 1775. I was buying around that level, some trades were successful, some trades not so. I got stopped out with a couple of losses. I got stopped out with a couple of small profits. Inability of gold to break through 1790 is worrying. So 1775, that's the level, and I would like to see if we get either a breakout above this 1790, and if we get a breakout above 1790, I would expect something like this to happen. Yet again, this is the falling resistance trend line, a breakout above resistance, a little retest, which could look like this. So previous resistance, and then it becomes a really sexy new support, and then the price goes higher. So let me just change the color of this so I don't want to confuse anybody. And that's what I would be looking for: breakout, retest, and a push higher. Otherwise, if you see a sell-off, loss of 1780, 1775, all bets are off. I was lucky to get in here because this big reversal here actually happened when the Fed was speaking. So they announced the rate decision, and Jerome Powell, who's the chairman of Federal Reserve, was speaking yesterday, and they were setting the expectations for the market for the way forward, the number of rate hikes in 2022 and also 2023. And then there was a flush lower and a big reversal. So I decided to go on this, and more speculatively, but decided to go for it, and I am on this trade at the moment. So I would like to see a breakout above this resistance for another leg higher towards 1800, possibly 1808, 1810, maybe even higher. Let me just show you that trade now as well. Yet again, this was all based on what we were talking about yesterday, day before yesterday. The same setups were in play. This is where I am at the moment. This is gold. I got in here at 1758. My stop is currently above the entry. My stop was below, higher, at break even, now above here. So what I want to do is I want to move my stop just below 1775, because if you remember, what I said is if I see 1780 and 1775 loss of that daily close, then all bets are off. But I'm happy to keep this trade open at the moment, and I'm looking for a breakout above 1790 for a push towards 1800. That's where I would like to take some partial profit. So let me just put my limit order up here at 18. Is it 1808? Yeah, that's the one. 1808 is the level that I was looking at as a one of the take profit areas. So I would likely take some money around 1800 if I get a chance, and then maybe even higher, and decide what to do afterwards. But that's where I am with gold. Really happy with this trade. I would like to see it play out finally and break to the upside. The other thing that we talked about was cable. It was Nasdaq and then cable. So let me show you the Nasdaq. I was long Nasdaq, if you remember, and then I got out of that position. So what I'm looking at the moment is I'm looking for a potential breakout above here. We have a little bit of a selling pressure here forming, but I feel that we are coming into the normally bullish period of the year. December is historically bullish month. Equities tend to rally in December. They tend to rally in December. And let me just do a very basic fib. Yeah, that's the same. That's exactly what it is. 50 and 61.8. Let's be precise. Okay, here we go. So this zone here is definitely of interest. But let me show you where I am. So I'm currently long, and I would likely be looking to react to any pullbacks here below these areas, 16,300, 16,250. I'll probably get out of the position or close big chunk of it, and then look to add again. But I feel that this could be a breakout retest, and we could see a push higher. And because of that, I want to keep my position open. So let me show you where I am with Nasdaq. And then I'll show you a textbook setup that I had with cable, and this was a very basic volatility breakout, which was linked with the Bank of England intraday decision. So I got on this trade down here, really lovely trade, really lovely level. Yet again, this is the 4 hourly, so the chart looks completely different. Let me show you how this looks in an hourly. So this was pullback and then spinning bottom, followed by another green candle, and then when the Fed started talking, we saw push lower and a spike higher. And if I show you all of that in a 15-minute time frame, you can see that there was a dip lower, a retest of these lows. There's a bullish let me just show you. There's a bullish engulfing here. There's a bullish engulfing here. We have 5 candles, and the 6th one is the reversal here. Bullish engulfing, and then off we go higher. Big move here. A retest of the breakout level, and then off we go higher again. So very bullish currently. Very bullish. I feel that I want to stay in this position. I am happy with it. And my current stop is just above here. So I'm going to move my stop here, and I'm going to move my limit order in line to in line to so there's high, 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 high here. I want to move my limit, ultimate limit order here. This is the intraday or end of day closing all-time high for Nasdaq, 16,700. The intraday all-time high is up here at 16,770. So I feel that we could see more upside. This here is nothing more than some profit taking at the previous resistance. If we see a daily close above this area here, it's likely that some stops will be triggered and we will see a short squeeze higher, or fresh buying activity might be triggered because this is the breakout of significant level of interest that held the price from moving higher in the past, and then there'll be fresh buying here for a very swift move higher and then rally. They'll call it a Santa rally for the rest of the December and finishing the year on a positive note. It normally happens like that. Historically, US equity markets end up December with the bullish finish. Okay, so I'm just aware of the time as well. We are covering quite a lot actually. And hopefully this is all very good and informative for you. Now, the other thing that I was looking at was cable. And the reason why I decided to trade cable is today was a big event from the central bank activity. We have a Bank of England rate decision. They decided to hike rates. Sorry, I am doing all of this while I'm talking to you. And because they did that, they hiked rates by 15 basis points. So they're basically a first bank. They actually did something. They're worried about inflation and how that might impact the economy in general, and they decided to go for it. I was buying sterling at 132, if you remember. Small profits here, breakout retest. Now this looks like yet again I'll try not to explain too much, but lower lows, lower highs, resistance, breakout, low, higher low, higher low. So now this is potentially a beginning of something more serious. Some people are seeing this as a shoulder, head and shoulder. So there is a complex shoulder here, shoulder, head and shoulder for a head, and then shoulder here, left, right shoulder, head. Most of the people who know how to trade this would likely take this many points and then they would extend it happily at the breakout level. This gives them a take profit. Yet again, I don't want to explain too much, but that's where I am. I'm happy with this trade. The way I initiated this trade wasn't very sophisticated. All I did is I actually had two orders. I had a buy order above here, sorry, 130, what is the one? 133.10, 133.10. So that was the order up here. I thought if the price, so that was my buy order with the stop below, and then I had a sell order. I think it was 130, 32.50 or something like that. There was an order below, and when they actually announced that they are hiking rates, the first one was filled, and I'm in this trade now. So really happy with it. I'm gonna keep it and see where this takes me. But I am also actively looking at euro sterling as well. Today we have two central banks, European central banks. So you're seeing this is the reaction to European central banks, what they said. There is a press conference on, and this is the Bank of England as well. So let me just show you all of that very quickly, and then I am going to go to the community. So here we go. This is cable. I'm long cable. This is where I got filled. This is exactly the same thing that I was telling you, 133.10. The price pushed higher. I got picked by that stop. My stop was initially slightly lower. I moved it. Now I'm gonna move it at break even, just to be on the safe side, because if we see a push lower, I want to be out of this trade. But I wouldn't mind seeing 134 as a limit order on sterling dollar. I'll keep you informed on what I do here, but it's a small position, so therefore I might not be looking to take profits straight away, but looking to see if I get some sort of consolidation here, which gives me the ability to then see a breakout higher. That's where I am with sterling dollar. Just realized the time. I'm due to start the broadcast in the community. Stay safe, happy trading, and bye for now. I won't be having a YouTube live tomorrow. I'm taking a well-deserved extended weekend. I'm gonna go do some fun stuff, and I'll be back with you next week. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, happy trading, and bye for now. Thank you for watching.